This is Iyanla Vanzant. Fix My Life with the Good Old Mitchell Family. This is part two. I thought it was going to be two parts, but the way they ended it is definitely going to be a part three. They even said to be continued. So remember, y'all, if y'all hear a motor going down in the background, it's just my fan, child. It's hot in here. I just have to, say that every once in a while. So, yeah. But, anyway, okay. So, Iyanla Vanzant, she's talking to Kizzy Key. Her name's Kizzy. I just add the key for laughs, and I just like the way that sounds, Kizzy Key. Which is the oldest sister of the Mitchell family. And the oldest, period. So, Iyanla, she asked Kizzy Key to write to make a portrait of her mom and things that she wished that her mom had and things that she feels like her mom needs and lacks or whatever. And she says that she feels like she needs love from her kids, she needs healing, she needs peace, etc., etc. And I was just like, okay, I can agree with that. But then the tide started to switch up a little bit. So then Iyanla, she started to get a little aggressive. She was just like, so what's your issues? What's your tea? And I was just like, well, Iyanla, I don't really understand where their energy is coming from. But okay. I mean, it was just a little odd for me. How, Kizzy was sitting there, she was talking to her, and, they, with all they've been through in life, this Mitchell family, they really are really respectable of Iyanla in the whole process. So, and Lord knows they done been through hell and back. And so, the fact that they're able to, just communicate and just be cool and spill their heart out and not hide nothing and all that, I just think that's an amazing quality to have. Because a lot of people that's been through way less than them can't even do that. So, they are really great communicators. Maybe not with each other, but at least with expressing themselves and their pain. So she was asking Kizzy Key, she was like, what's your heartache, what's your pain? We find out that like LaRonda, the mama, who ended up giving up her kids, Kizzy Key, she had to give up her kids, and guess who's raising them? The grandma. And the grandma was the one that raised her, LaRonda's mama. So it was just like, wow. And she was just like, oh, I just hope my kids don't feel some kind of way about me. Iyanla was just like, they do feel the same way. They probably hate you. I was just like, I mean, I get it. I guess honesty and truth is the best policy, but Iyanla, you could have said it a little nicer or a little like less, because I just feel like, I mean, I get it. I completely get it. But it's like, at the same time, if I'm not giving you a certain energy, why are you giving me that energy? If I'm being as respectable as I can to you and, being nice and friendly, I'm giving you all that I got. Okay? Giving you the best that I got. Anita Baker. If I'm giving you all of that, and then you come back and give me all of this, that, I might have got a little attitude with, I don't know. But like I said, they're very respectable. All the kids, they're very respectable. I was just like, wow, that's a little harsh. But she did say something very important to Kizzy Key. She says that you're going to have to understand your mom's story. And you're going to have to get her heartache. And, y'all need to hear her story. Y'all still don't know her story. So Iyanla gets to LaRonda, the mama. And she says that, do you like Kizzy? And, basically to sum it up, she said that she don't like her ways, but she do like Kizzy, her daughter. It's tough. Okay, I'm gonna save my statement, what I was gonna say for later on. Hope I don't forget. So, she says she don't like her ways. And, she asked, Iyanla asked her, did your mother like you? And she was just like, she don't think she did. Because, like a lot, I still to this day, I see it, constantly. with individuals in my own life, own circle. Um, LaRonda, she looks just like her father. Her father, um, her mama fell in love with her father. The father broke her heart, whatever, and so she resented LaRonda because LaRonda is the product of that man, and she also looked just like him. So she said she used to tie her up, she used to beat her with extension cords, the whole nine. I broke down a little bit during that part. I was just like, that is awful. That is just really, who knows what that woman's been through, and she can't possibly be a proper mother to these adults now. She can't possibly be a proper mother to them because of what all she's been through. Everything in life is a pattern. Your parents ain't shit. Not saying, in their situation. I'm just saying in general. Let's say your parents ain't shit. Well, why your parents ain't shit? Because they parents wasn't shit. Because they saw things, and they was raised a certain way, experienced certain things. All of that, I swear, everything when it comes to childhood, everything shapes the person that we become as an adult. And the hardest thing to break is old habits. If you were raised a certain way, taught a certain way, etc., that is just how you're gonna think until you get old enough to think for yourself, and you start to pick up other things from other people or things you've read, etc. But it is really, really, really hard to break certain practices. And that was just a brief little summary of some of what LaRonda been through. We have no idea. They still didn't really dive into why or how she got introduced to drugs. And it, bless her heart, her mind is just, she's been through the ringer. She's been on drugs for so many years. It's like, mentally, is she even there to mother these folks? It's just, I just want to hug them all and just hold them close to my bosoms and just just keep them close to my heart. I love them. I just want to hold them, all of them. Just, oh God. Let me see. So, Iyanla, she was just like, maybe Kizzy reminds you of your mama. That's why you can't get, that's why you don't like her. Blame me for stuff, etc. She was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. So we get to the whole little table scene, all the kids, and, LaRonda and Iyanla. And, now mind you, it's 7 boys, one is deceased and one is incarcerated. So it's 5 boys, and then it's 1 girl. So we got Kizzy, then we got Michael Jr., who has a mental disorder. Then we have Marcus, then we have Michael, then we have Marvin, then we have Melvin. All M's, child. I don't know why Kizzy didn't get an M name. Melba. Anyway, so we all get to the little table scene. Iyanla, she brings out this cape to put it around Marcus because, Marcus, he feels like he's the protector of the family. He's said that multiple times. He feels like he's let the family down, let himself down, etc. She gave him the cape to, just be like, look, the only person you need to save is yourself at this point, which is true. If you can't be, if you ain't no good for yourself, how you gonna be good for anybody else? That includes kids, spouses, brothers, sisters, whatever. So they just Iyanla was speaking to LaRonda, and she was reading out certain words, just trying to explain herself a little bit, so they can get a little bit more into her world and her upbringing. So Marvin, he had some encouraging words to say about the whole entire process. Melvin rolled his eyes. Now, those are the 2 gay brothers, the 2 baby brothers. Yeah. Cute. Both of them. Cute as a button. And you would think with them both being gay that they would be the closest, but nope. Not at all. And it's sad because I think that they can't be, this is what I was going to say. earlier. But I think that they can't be. You have all this group of people, right? They've all been through foster care. They all grew up horribly. They've had moments where they were all together, and they have a lot. They had even more moments where they were separately, to my understanding. And so it's to be honest, it's kind of like you're learning your sibling, because they didn't really grow up like in one household and all together at the same time. So it's kind of like everybody's learning each other. It's like, okay, this is my brother or this is my sister, and like, I love you because I'm supposed to, because you my brother, you my sister, but I don't really know you. And then we try to get to know each other, then we clash, and then it's just like, well, I don't really know you anyway. I mean, we related, but I don't really like you right now, so let's just separate. It's them going through their own individual struggles, them going through their struggles as a unit, and then mashing it all together on top of that. That's a lot. That is a lot. That's a lot of pain. And who helps who? When they've all been through hell and back. Something else. So Melvin and Marvin, they're having issues right now. So Melvin rolls his eyes. Melvin is usually the one that I've noticed from watching this, even way back when they first went on Iyanla. Melvin's the one with the most mouth. Melvin is the one that's the little bit more rambunctious. That's a good word. One. So yeah. But apparently, allegedly, Marvin is the one that be starting a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Now, why the two queens got to be the one that's messy? We already got their reputation. Y'all finna. So anyway, Iyanla explained to him, like, look, what he's saying ain't got nothing to do with you. Why are you taking it as a personal attack? And it's because they have their own issues. So he's mad at Marvin right now. So he ain't gonna like nothing Marvin, do or say. Marvin can offer him an apple pie. He gonna say, nigga, I want pumpkin. So, it's always gonna be issue. Okay. Let me see. So they did this little exercise where Iyanla asked 4 questions. She was like, who is the most loving? Who is the most drama filled? Who is the meanest? Who hurt you the most? Who disappointed you the most? They said the most loving was Michael. That was sweet. They said the most drama filled is Marvin. They said the meanest is Marcus. And they said the ones, they all unanimously agreed that the one that has hurt them the most and disappointed them the most is their mother. Iyanla held up her sign. It was like pin the tail on the donkey. She held up her sign, and in the middle was LaRonda, the mama, because everything stems from her. And, she said, what I just said, what we all know, is that everything comes from something. Their mom, she could not properly raise them. She, was addicted to drugs, and, she's whatever. She had to go through, or she's been through, but that happened because of this. Her upbringing and how she was treated, etc. So she probably maybe turned to drugs as an escape. I don't know for sure. I'm just speculating. So yeah, like I say, if you can't be nothing for yourself, you can't be nothing for nobody else. Let me see. So Michael, he had a scene. Iyanla, she diagnosed him, or whomever diagnosed him, with affective mood disorder, which is basically he has an imbalance in his brain and it affects his mood. So you don't really know what you're going to get, which is why he do these wild, crazy videos online. I haven't ran past one yet, but she says that it breaks her heart because, people are making fun of him online and all this kind of stuff. But, we love people, but people can be awful just as they can be nice. So, I see it every single day. I see people stare at me all day long at work. And I've been working at my job for a while now. They stare. I say, hey. I speak. I throw my hand up. They keep walking. or they just keep looking and keep going. And it's just like, I was always taught that it's rude to stare at somebody, but I guess everybody don't share that same upbringing. I guess it's weird. It's odd to me, but whatever. So, he was talking, he's looked in the mirror, the brothers was listening in, said that he feels like he's invisible, he don't matter. Ugh. It was just so heartbreaking. I just want to hug Michael the most. Michael has really been through it. I have a cousin who, I don't know if she has defective mood disorder or whatever it's called, but she obviously has a mental issue. We don't really know exactly what it is, but she's always had it. She's an older cousin. So she was already good and grown before I was born. And so we have to help her out a lot and do things with her, and then you just stick by her because she has a child. So it's a lot. It definitely is. So anyway, he was saying that, he talked about how he has been put out, and Iyanla was just like, well, you have a mama, like, why was you put out? And the mama was just like, Michael don't want to listen to nobody. We done tried. She had a conversation with the brothers as well. They all agreed that Michael is a lot. And I can imagine Michael probably is a lot to deal with and to take in, especially when he get to one of his moves and he don't want to be bothered or he don't want to listen to nothing. But he says he feels like making those videos is his safe haven, is his place of comfort, is his happy place, because he feel like, I guess, nobody else is around for him. Iyanla suggests to him that he get help, and if he has to take medication, then he has to take medication, so that he could possibly get some work, just be happy and build his self-esteem up and work on himself. So I thought that was great advice, and hopefully the brothers at least help him. If y'all can't help each other, the rest of y'all, at least y'all all need to get together and help Michael. At least. My God. But I feel like he's going to be alright. Let me see. Michael was telling his mama that, he's so resistant to her because, oh, you didn't raise me, you don't know me. But Iyanla was just like, look, we can't do nothing about the past. She's here now. And that's true tea. Can't nobody do nothing about yesterday. I mean, it is what it is, All we can do is just do better for right now. Okay. Let me see. So she sat down with Marvin and Melvin, my two sisters. And, she wanted to understand what's going on with them too. Marvin had said that he, they posting pictures together online, etc., etc. He said, Marvin said that he wanted Melvin to tell people that they were just best friends and not brothers. He didn't want them to know that they were related because he is uncomfortable with being gay. Iyanla asked him, is he gay? He was just like, some days I wake up and I'm definitely gay, but he still struggles with being gay. And the reason he struggles with being gay is because he has been molested multiple times when they was in the group home. I can only imagine. My God. I mean, I just look at all of them and it's just so much sadness to them and in their face and their whole aura. It just brings, I'm sure y'all too, if y'all watch it, it just brings a certain quality in you that just makes you want to help them. Not like you feel, sorry for them and all that, but you just want to help them, like, because they all are so, like, smart and they've been through the ringer. They've been through hell. And guess what? They're still here. And they're willing to share their story with the world. This is a whole lot to go through, And the fact that they're so open about it, I think that is beautiful. And they don't even know how, like, good they are right now. Like they really are some strong men. Like for real. Um yeah, but they anyway. So Melvin, he's feeling some kind of way because um he don't understand because he always want to go to his older brother for certain issues and things, and he feel like he can't talk to his older brother because he feel like his older brother is ashamed of him. And Iyanla was just like, look, it's not personal. You just represent the thing that he despised about himself, and that summed it up perfectly. He doesn't like the fact that he's gay, and with certain things that he's been through that I'm sure he feels like caused that gayness. He don't like it, and you are very open and flamboyant, I guess, and just open with who you are, and he don't like that, but obviously he do because he still hang around you. He still, Melvin was just like 1 minute he his companion, and the next minute he kicking me out. He's and he says that at one point, Marvin, that people did not know he was gay, and I guess he liked that aspect, and he was just like, oh, growing up in the church. Y'all was just like, you did not grow up in no church, child. You grew up in a religious dogma, darling. And I had to Google what dogma meant. I told y'all I was the spelling bee champ back in first grade, but it kind of went down after first grade because the words got harder. So, yeah, I was just like, wow. It's hard enough in this world. Being gay is difficult. But you add black on top of that, ooh, child. Getting it from all sides of the coin, I'll tell you that. Black folks, white folks, everybody. Nobody gets treated as bad though as black women. That includes trans women as well, trans black women. Nobody gets treated as worse as them, but we pretty close up there. But that's a different video. That's a deeper topic. But yeah. So it's a mess. It's a mess with the brothers. Let me see. Melvin, he just honestly doesn't get it. He's taking it personal. And I guess, honestly, we don't know. It's been a lot with them, probably, and they've had so many conversations, and they don't communicate well. We see them fight consistently. They got smart mouths, especially Melvin, and he say one slick word, and then there you go. Or, apparently Marvin do shady stuff behind the scenes. He throws his rocks and hide his hands. And even the whole family agreed that he was the messiest one. So he sit there so innocent like a little schoolboy on camera, but behind the scenes he doing this, allegedly. So I don't know. The mail was just over it. Iyanla made Marvin. Iyanla made Marvin apologize to Melvin. He says, I apologize for me telling you to tell people that we're not related. And just for how I've treated you. Iyanla asked Melvin the same thing. Melvin couldn't say that because Melvin feel like he don't apologize for nothing. He shouldn't apologize for anything because he feels like, you use me as a punching bag and I've been here to support you, etc. I've done nothing wrong when you are the one that have been treating me wrong. So Iyanla feels like, it's getting a little awkward, getting a little weird. They ain't saying nothing. So let's, wait and let y'all have a conversation in private. So we heard them having a conversation in private. How is it in private and y'all still get mic'd? But okay. So, and even a producer was in there. We see we hear Melvin. He's upset and he wanted to leave the show. So Miss Iyanla tells him to come down the steps. He come down the steps, talk to Miss Iyanla. Like he's over it. Melvin's just like, look, I'm not gonna sit here and be disrespected. I feel like I'm not being heard. I feel that you basically taking his place and telling him to telling me to just suck it up and just comfort him. And Iyanla was just like, no, that's not what I'm saying. He was really upset in this moment. He's feeling like he's not being heard, not being appreciated, not being respected, etc. So he starts to cry, and he was just like, I just don't want to disrespect you, Miss Iyanla, but I'm not feeling you right now. Let me go. And, for the dramatics of the good old reality TV, the producers, put him in place. I mean, he walked down the steps, but y'all know how this whole thing goes, darlings. I feel like he was still respectful. When a person tells you when they're crying, when they're upset, when they tells you to stay away from them and leave them alone, and when they're walking out, the last thing you do is follow them, and that's what she did for the dramatics. It was like, now Iyanla, if you get popped, then I don't know who you're gonna call on, but I guess I remember one time she had a guest, and there was this guy she was kind of giving it to, and he kind of walked up on her, and her son came out the back. So I don't know if your son was there, Iyanla, on this day. But, if this queen knocked you out, then I don't know. Melvin, he was very upset. And I do understand how he's upset. Just being with a person and your brother, and y'all both gay, and y'all both going through hell, and trying to accept him and lift him up, yet he's lifting you up when he wants to lift you up. But it's definitely a one-way situation. It seemed like definitely not a two-way street. And so he was just very upset. Him and Iyanla go out on the porch, and he was just like, I'm not going to be disrespected by nobody. Just because he's uncomfortable with himself, what does that have to do with me? Which is true. I can definitely understand, what he's saying. But at the end of the day, y'all all are one. But you have to be good, you have to be good as an individual first before you come together. And the same thing she told Kizzy earlier. You got to be good as Kizzy, as a woman, as an individual, before you can be anybody's daughter or anybody's sister. And that's true too. So it's to be continued, child. So I guess tomorrow they're gonna come out with a new episode. I'm excited. It's gonna get good. This Mitchell family is really good TV. But on a serious note, I hope that they all find healing, and just know that they're all just beautiful and smart and intelligent, and it's all right. It's all right. Cyber hug to the Mitchell family. But we got part 2 coming on soon. Part 3 coming on. So yes. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at It's King's World on Instagram and Twitter. At It's King's World 89 on Snapchat. Chesky on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. Run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. Y'all like that run. Stay black, stay tuned. I'll see you guys later. Bye.